We going, guys? Righto, so back onto the camper again. So it's the next day. So this is probably the start of another video. So if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. But the idea behind this is we're building this camper from an old rusty trailer with no skills whatsoever in metal fabrication. Well, some skills, not a great deal. So I've been looking at this trailer for like probably an hour now, trying to work out a few things and what I can do today. But I'll switch the camera around and show you some of the things that I think I might work on, but once again, winging it. So we'll see. Have a look. Righto. So I've got this void up here. I was thinking about putting my table that I built that comes out the side. I was thinking about putting it on one of the doors, but I actually bolted it to it this morning, and the doors don't want to lift up enough unless I change out the struts, because they're only 200 newtons. And then that would mean I'd have to change everything on it altogether. So I think I might make a little slot up here. So what I'm thinking is, I've got a bit of angle up here at the moment, just sitting on top, this piece here. That will be where my table can basically sit up against. All I got to do is run some support through here, and then the table can come through the top and sit in there. And then this will have a mesh on it with some hinges just to stop it from coming out. That I will angle piece I'll probably bolt on once I've sheeted all the roof, and then I'll bolt that angle on, because then also at the same time that will be a stopper for the other side for my solar panels. So when my solar panels retract out and they retract back in, they'll stop and hit this bit of angle, and that's as far as they will come. And I've worked it out that these two solar panels that I've got are absolutely perfect for the gap between there and there. So that's probably really good. So the other thing I was thinking is maybe boxing this front back section out, and also creating another little room in here with the sheeting. So put a piece on the bottom, piece on the top and the sides, just to stop the weather from getting to my table. But that is, don't know, I'm not sure what to do there yet. The next little project I'm doing right here is this little slide out for the barbecue. So that just slides out, as you can see, slides back in. But what I'm going to do is build a little frame, cross, down, cross, back and down, and then weld it to the body. One thing I was worried about is the rear drawers. So the rear drawers come in, but they actually fall short about here somewhere. So I've got plenty of room for the slider. Gas bottle in there, batteries. That's the idea, gas bottle batteries. Also put on the front there's the tank, as you can see, and the toolbox. And I'm not 100% sure if this is going to be okay, because it's a rather big box. I was hoping to put the gas bottle in, but it's not big enough for the gas bottle. Issues I've got is the jockey wheel. So whether I cut that off, bring the jockey wheel forward a bit more, because I can't exactly push it all the way out, because it needs somewhere for it to hinge up and open. But yeah, that's, again, small world problems, there's nothing. And the other thing I was thinking is these jerry can holders. Now I'm looking at the actual drawbar weight, this being full of water, 90 litres. So that's a lot of weight there, 90 kilos. I've got two 20mm jerrys, so there's another 40. So we're looking at 130, plus whatever this is, then the trailer. So I'm not sure. But yeah, I was thinking of mounting those two jerry can holders on either side of the toolbox, and it doesn't sit out too far. But yeah, that's going to be a later one. See what we do. And yeah, that's the gap. Like I said, the solar panels will slide out here and lock in, push in, back in. But yeah, I think for now I'm just going to work on something nice and easy, and just make a little box and mount this slider on it. I've got to give it a good clean, because she's pretty oily and gross, so we'll give it a good clean. But I'm going to make the frame, bolt it to it, and then that's the little cooker right there, just a little stainless steel one, which I've got to clean as well. But yeah, that will mount on the top, and then that will slide out. Cook station there, table over there. And then the other thing I'm going to eventually build will be just here. I want to build some framework that comes down, out, up, basically a box just here, so I can have my air fryer and the travel buddy up here. So that's also part of the cooking side. So this is all cooking here. So yeah, we'll see how we go. We'll just get on to cutting some of these legs and stuff for the slide out. Rightio. So I've made just this this end piece here, just this piece and that, and welded that on there and that on there. So now I've just got these angles sitting across the top. I've got a clamp there, this little piece, so it's going to get welded there. This will get welded to the actual other frame. That legs will get welded to the floor. Yeah, I just wanted to test to see if that will fit, and then this it should sit perfectly. So as you can see, there it is. Once I screw it in, it should be good. But yeah, I've just got to weld up here as well, weld the angle on, weld it up there. So I'll get to it, get that actual frame all buttoned up, welded, and that's super tight, which is awesome. So I think I've done it. I think it looks good. And that will slide out over the top of this. Alright, so got it all there, magnets are in. Level on there says it's level. Magnets say it's square, and that other magnet says it's square. The only thing I'm not sure about is if it's square this way, but it's not going to matter. It's not too bad, it's just a tiny bit. I thought it looked a little bit out, but I don't think it's going to matter. You're not going to see it once that cooker's on the top as well. I think it's all good. You can see up against the water tank. I don't know if that's because the water tank's not straight. It actually looks like it drops down a bit higher, but I'll put a level on, but I'll never be able to get it proper because of the trailer itself, or this tyre. Whether or not it's the same pressure as the other tyre, could be that the trailer's sitting slightly that way, but I'm not too worried. So we'll weld it up. I'm just going to commit. Yep, I'm doing it. Here's a bit of a look at it. So I'll slide it out. It's just temporarily clamped on there at the moment, but once it comes out, clears everything, which is perfect. And then obviously you've got your little griller and your flat plate if you want to cook on there, or fry pans, whatever. Not sure if I like it yet, but we'll see. Yeah, I just don't know, like pan wise and things like that. You can't exactly throw a pan on there, so I don't know. We can revisit later, but anyway, worked out pretty good because on the side here you've got the gas point, and I left that little gap so that way the hose actually will kink in at the moment, so I'll have to put a bit of brace over that. But yeah, it's slide in and out in between this gap, which works out good. And I've also got this gap under here now, which I could easily just get my 2 batteries. I reckon 2 batteries will probably sit in there, if not cooking stuff, or I don't know yet. And whether I still have this as a opening where you can get to it, because the the rear drawers is coming up out of here somewhere, so a bit hard to get to, so I might have to get it from there, but yeah, it's looking better. So yeah, that's basically not all the way out, but that's what she will look like in the kitchen side of things. You just have that pull out a little bit more, and yeah, you should be able to cook this side clean and do everything else on the other side, and then in the middle will just be all the electronics and air fryer and all that sort of stuff, so you can cook from that. But yeah, pretty happy with how that's turned out so far. Rightio, so I've got under here today. I didn't film because it was long and painful. But yeah, wire flap disc all underneath to get all that rust, as much of the rust off as I could. So it's pretty much all off. It's all sprayed black just to stop the rust, any further rust. I've got to clean up these hubs and a few other bits and pieces, but yeah, I've given it a good spray all over. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. It's had a pretty decent coat all the way over it. So yeah, that's that done. Underneath, that was probably the most dauntingest job, and I didn't film it because it was boring as. But yeah, we gave it a good spray, and yeah, we'll see what else we can get into today. Rightio, another thing, yeah, today I went down to Bunnings, got myself some cheap trailer lights. Well, they weren't cheap, they're 80 bucks. I got some new cable for the trailer lights, so I'm going to run all new cable, because the cable on this was average, and yeah, and I just bought a couple more cans of the Rustaline, so for doing under the wheel arches and probably underneath and wherever I can, and probably that little frame as well, finish off spraying that. So yeah, we'll get into putting, I'm going to make try and see where I can mount these, and then yeah, we'll feed, I'll tie some rope to there's the trailer leads there. We'll try and tie some of that to it and feed it back through, because it actually runs through that channeling in there, and bring it out through the front, and we'll just leave that for now. But yeah, so that's another expense. So yeah, I don't know, this was like 45 bucks or something. This was about 70, that was $80, and they're $16 a can, so whatever that is, starting to add up now. Right, I've just put the rear tail lights on. I think I'm happy with it. I just put a plate behind it. I'll trim this down, but yeah, I just put a plate behind just so it's got something to grip bolt to, and then that is just screwed in, and then I can take them off and change them if I want to. I'm not going to weld that plate on, I'm just going to screw it, so that'd be fine. And that's just loose because I haven't tightened it up. Yeah, I think that's fine. Just a matter of wiring it up, and it doesn't interfere with that at all. So I think we are good. And then the only other one I've got to do is I'm going to make a license plate piece that comes down here, and the license plate can go on there, and then I need a light for the license plate, so that will be another one that has to get wired in. But yeah, I'm going to take those brackets off, I'm going to shape them, cut them to the shape, and then I'll paint them up and screw them on. Righto, so the other thing I've done is Jackie went to the shop for me and got me a brand new 7-pin connector, so I've wired that up, and I've just got that little length there, which is enough. I might end up putting some braided line or something around that. But yeah, check this out. If you don't believe me about how much hard work and me being under there grinding all that out, have a look at this. Hello? Absolutely filthy. Anyway, yeah, rightio. So the last, one more thing I'm going to make up, just out of some tubing, is a license plate holder. So the center of it here, just going to tack it under here, and it will just come out and drop, and then I can have my little light somewhere mounted on there. But yeah, I measured up the license plate off the other trailer down there, and yeah, got that measurement. So the plate will just screw straight in here, and then along this lip can have another couple screws in there. And yeah, I've got these two little holes which I can wire out for the license plate lights so people can see my lights at night time. So yeah, it should work out pretty good. Rightio, so I've just got it tacked on there at the moment. This one's completely welded, and that one, yeah, I've just got to finish welding across there, around the back of it. And yeah, that's the license plate holder. And like I said, see how you can see these two little holes, they go straight through the chassis under here. And yeah, I can have a little light there, and then another one up this end as well, so it's going to be absolutely perfect. So yeah, I'll just weld that, and then we'll just give it a spray, and that's license plates done. Rightio, there it is. It's all ground back, and yeah, come up good. I don't know if you can see that in there or not, but yeah, I've welded it all around the top and both sides up top as well. So she's absolutely not going anywhere. So we'll give it a bit of a spray, and that'll do that for now. Righty guys, let's see next morning. So yesterday we did a little bit of stuff, put the trailer pin on and the lights, we played around with the license plate. So today I'm going to get into welding up soldering up all the wiring and run it so it's all connected. Just leave a couple little plugs for the license plate lights, which I haven't got yet. Alright, so here's what I'm using. So I've got my handy little soldering iron. So it's a good little one actually. Just the little helping hands, just to I've got to tin all the wires, so I'll do that shortly. We've got some different types of heat shrink, some black tape, lighter for the heat shrink, and the other one was just the solder, so, and some cutters. So what I'm going to do is, we've got the trailer lights coming off the back, so the green is for your right hand side indicators, and on the left it also shows as green, but that one will get hooked up to the yellow on the main line. So yellow for the left and green for the right. So that's what we're doing now. Just solder them up, all of these together, and put some heat shrink on, and that should tidy that up, and then we'll tuck it all under, zip it up, and yeah. So we've got the left tail light wired in, and the main one that runs back to the trailer plug, and then that one runs to the other light, and then we've got the two, like I said, two trailer license plate lights, which there is a yellow one in there as well, and there's the other one there. So I'm going to have a little block light there, shining down onto the tail light. So now all I got to do is just tie it all in, zip tie it up, and yeah, she should be all good. Rightio, so they're all now wired up, complete all the way to the tongue now. So like I said, they've got the little lights that I can just weld onto, poke them back through, screw them on. I'll get some, probably some grommets or something underneath. Basically all we've done is it had trailer clips up there anyway, so I've wired them up there. Just anywhere it met over the top of these cables, I just put a couple of zip ties, and yep, all the way down. So that's now all done. So just remember, if you're doing your tail lights, that your left hand tail light goes to yellow to green, and your right hand goes green to green. So that way on the pins up there, you'll see on the trailer plugs here, you'll see that's how the 7-pin plugs actually go. So 1 is yellow, 2 black, 3 white. So 3 is your common ground or earth return, and 4. So yellow and green. So yellow is your left, and green is your right hand turn signal. So as long as you've got that correct up there in your pins and on your tail lights, they should work. I can't test that theory out right now because I don't have my car. So once I get my car back from my brother, we'll be able to hook it up and just test to see how these tail lights go, and yeah, see if it's all good. Rightio guys, that concludes video 7 for the camper trailer build. Thanks for watching. So yeah, we've got a fair bit done with the welding up of the wiring and stuff like that for the real tail lights. So in the next video, which is video 8, we'll be I'll be making up a little bracket which we are gonna mount under or next to the tail lights, just to basically protect the tail light, and a little piece of metal that comes out and over the front of it, just to stop it anything from hitting the tail light and damaging it. And I also got the little tail lights, little number plate lights in, so they actually came in the mail, so I'll be joining them up. And the most exciting bit of the entire build for the trailer so far is I've decided against the suspension. I'm going to rip that entire suspension out, and video 8 is a full rebuild of the entire suspension, the front tongue, where the coupling meets the trailer. It's going to have manual brakes, and all the rest, all the cabling all done, brand new axle, all new leaf springs, and I'm going to basically run you through the entire process. So look forward to that one. It was a really good build, and yeah, came out absolutely perfect. So yeah, stay tuned guys. If you are enjoying the video so far, or the playlist so far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down the bottom. Give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment if you've got any ideas or anything you want to see me build or anything like that. Just let me know in the comments. But I appreciate you all. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Stay moist.